So guys, let's talk about how can we get people on that buyer's list or on that seller's list, because we know now that is the core of our business. The first thing we have to do is analyze each customer that comes in, that calls your phone, emails you, that you meet at a open house. However you meet this person, you need to categorize them on a 1 to 4. How ready are they to buy or sell a house? The first step is that's when they're aware that they may need to buy a house. Perhaps they have a child, have a baby, perhaps they're going through a divorce. You never know, maybe somebody passes away. That's when the idea pops in their head, hey, we're going to have to sell this house or we're going to have to get a bigger home. Level 2 is the research phase. That's when, okay, we know we need a bigger house or we know we need to sell this house, but where would we go? What would we do? That's when people start looking online, driving through neighborhoods. They may even hit an open house. So just know that when somebody may be just looking online, they may be just looking. They may not even buy or sell a house, because the next phase they get to is the evaluation phase. That's when they say, okay, we know we need to move. We've kind of found out where we want to go. Now, can we afford it? Let's count our money. Let's see what our credit score is. Some people get to this phase. Most people have to get to this phase before they can get to the next, and that's where they buy or sell a house. That's when we know, okay, the money's right. And once they get that pre-approval letter, it's time. People, it's like getting a paycheck. It's going to be gone quick. Very rarely does somebody get the okay to buy and them not buy pretty fast. So this is once you can realize and categorize what phase somebody is in, it can help you figure out what they need. This is the perfect time to show your value. Remember, we were talking about what your value is? So you have access to more information if they're in the research phase. If somebody calls and says, hey, I'm kind of wondering, is this a HOA neighborhood on this address? And you've done all you can do. And look, that's the only question they have. No, they don't want to meet you at the house. They just want to know, is this HOA? You what? Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. And that's it. Well, you know to call them back with a likewise house in the same area, try to get the same square footage, same features in a house that's not in a HOA, and help somebody on their research. Be of value. So another big key here is a lot of real estate agents don't give people the time or the effort on phases 1 through 3. They just want people at phase 4. Have you ever heard of somebody saying, oh, I thought I had to be pre-approved to go see a house? A lot of agents tell people you have to be pre-approved to go see a house because we want you on level 4 for me to come out to that house to meet you. So know that somebody may just be on level 2 and want to see the house. And that's okay too. You're going to nurture that relationship, and that's how it's going to lead to more business. But you can't rush somebody on a level 2 to a level 4. Let them get to level 3 first, okay? Take somebody through the phases. So the first step, again, I know I first stepped y'all to death, but you want to build those new lead funnels. You want to build systems and procedures, just like the McDonald's has up the street. They don't have a bad batch of French fries for one reason. They built a system. They built a procedure to make those fries perfect every time. And that's what I want you guys to do with your leads. I want those leads to come out perfect every time. They're not going to, but we're going to try. Remember what I told you, the difference in value of an experienced agent and a new agent? A lot of it is they have their systems and procedures intact. They have them down to an art. Well, you guys can do that too. So your first lead funnel system is to write down that information, just like we talked about. Have that buyer sheet and then categorize that person in a 1 to 4 on where they are at in their search for a home. Are they a level 2? Are they just looking for information? Or are they level 3? Did you get them in contact with a lender? Those things will help you when you know that you need to make money quick. You can look at that list and just look for your 3s and 4s. So having that one procedure, that one system, will set you apart with every other real estate agent that you probably know. So follow up with information they want to use using that lead life cycle. Don't send somebody 10 lenders if they're asking if it's a HOA. Send somebody, find out what they want in a house, and help somebody with the information that you think they're needing. So pre and post transaction system. If if you have a system to follow up a reminder in place with new leads. So let's say you write that person's name down. What if you don't have a system? Well, one system is I'm going to look at this list every day and I'm not going to let anybody go 3 to 5 days without talking to them or texting them. Have a follow-up system for dead leads. Dead leads, let's say you meet somebody at an open house, you catch their information, they answered the phone one time and you can't get them again. You know what? Build you a spreadsheet, call it dead leads, stick them on there, and then twice a year just send everybody on that sheet a text saying, hey, I'm free this week if there's any houses you'd like to see. You would never know who made answer. Have a follow-up system for closed leads. Also, you can build that system right now. You can write it down on a piece of paper, however you want to do it. Say, okay, every time I close a house, I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell that person happy home anniversary on their closing date. I'm going to tell that person happy birthday. I'm going to send that person a Christmas card. If you don't write it down, chances are you're going to drop the ball. So write down your pre and post transaction systems and follow those. Time block and automation. This is another huge thing that sets successful businesses apart. You need to time block your time to train, to take CE, and to use the new systems and procedures and products out there, the technology that will make your life easier, that will make you work faster, and that will free up time where you can spend with your family or go on vacation or get more houses under contract to make more money. Use this technology to make your life easier. It's not fun. Nobody likes it, but I promise you it will pay off. So we're talking about our main goal is our buyers list and our sellers list. How do you get those people? How do you add? If you've only got 1 or 2 or 5 people, remember I told you I want 20 or 30 people on this buyers list. That's going to get you 4 to 5 closings a month. So open houses, that's a great way. No, you're not going to have one open house a month and just kill it. I'm talking about doing this and doing it with a purpose. You pick 1 or 3 or 4 of these things and you get really, really good at it and you do it continuously, it will work. I promise you. Open houses work, but you have to do them consistent. Cold calling. You're not going to sit down and cold call for an hour and just be done and for a week and hope that you land somebody. You need to have a system say, okay, I'm going to spend at least an hour a day on every single thing. If let's just say I'm going to pick cold calling. If you spend an hour a day cold calling, you will make those 20 people on your buyers list. It may take you 2 months to get there. I'm not saying this stuff will be done in a week. I'm talking it may take you 2 months of open houses, but if you do them Saturday and Sunday every weekend, in 2 months, your buyers list will be filled up. If you cold call for 2 months, 1 hour a day, your buyers list will be filled up. If you door knocked for a few hours on Saturday and a few hours on Sunday, every weekend in a month, 2 months, it's going to fill it up. You have to do things consistent. Getting out in public, going to those affiliations we were talking about earlier, the commerce, the builder events. You can't do that once a year and fill up your buyers list. Be consistent. So time block and automation, we just talked about it. Time block you some time to grow your database. This is the fun part about this job, guys. This is why we're here. This is why I do what I do, is because I thought, wow, it's my job now to go out with my friends. It's my job to keep up with my Aunt Jean. It's my job to go to family reunions. That's how I make my living. How cool is that? I can finally do what I love, and that's how I make money. But you have to do it and do it consistent, do it with a purpose, write it down, have those systems and procedures ready to go. So let's jump into more on how you can drop that, where you can really grow your database and where leads come from and how you can get more of them.